Country Park.
What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video today. I'm gonna share with you some of the horror stories that I dealt with when I was doing my foreclosure cleanouts. Oh my God.
You are not gonna believe
half of the things that happened to me. I still can't believe it to this day. But anyways, let's get into this video. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe if you want to see more of me, and yeah, let's get into it. So when I first started this business, I didn't know what I was doing, y'all. Everything that I'm telling you is coming from experience and coming from messing up and not knowing what to do. You know, I didn't have a book to go off of. I watched YouTube videos that really didn't help me until I actually got my hands into it. Now, my first house wasn't all that great. I was a little bit upset. I had to scoop poop. It was a barn with like maybe 12 stalls.
had to go in each one and scrape poop.
It was just, oh my God, like it was just so much. Then they had this big thing, I guess it was a cover for a garage, laying just in the middle of their backyard. Their backyard went on for acres. I didn't know how I was gonna move that, but I didn't panic because, I mean, that thing was pretty big. When I finally went in the house and I looked around, everything was pretty, you know, well cleaned up. It looked like they took most of the stuff. Everything that was left over was couches and like little loose items like mop buckets and all that. So I was able to get some cleaning supplies for free. I was so happy.
I was like, yes, my first job. I'm already booming. Ooh, y'all don't even want to know what I'm gonna do on this next one.
So this is day one. So we're cleaning the kitchen, and this is where things start taking a turn. This is where I start getting a little discouraged. The house didn't have any power, and it didn't have any water. We're in the kitchen, we're cleaning out the cabinets, we're cleaning out the fridge, we're cleaning out this little dark pantry. We were all scared to go in there, but we just took turns. Like, we were just like, come on, let's get in here. Let's hurry up, get it all out.
Whatever's in here, it's not gonna get us today, because we're gonna be in and we're gonna be out.
And I just remember moving so fast that we ended up wasting a whole bag of kitty litter all over the floor. Oh my God. We didn't have no broom. That was the one thing that we forgot. So we just started using our hands and just using books and whatever we could come up with to scrape this up. That's when I learned how to use what was left over to benefit me, like sheets. If you run out of trash bags, y'all, use some sheets. Sheets can hold anything. Trash, pillows, loose things that's broken, whatever you can think of. Put it in the sheet, tie it up, and y'all just carry it together. That's a tip for y'all. Another problem I ran into, outside there was like this little closet, and it had bags of cement stacked on top of each other. So I'm thinking,
oh, maybe we can get a dolly once we rent the truck from U-Haul to just, you know, scoop this up and we'll be good.
no, didn't work out like that. Mainly because it had rained so many times, the cement had stuck to the actual ground. So we had to make a call to the realtor and let them know, like, hey,
we're not gonna be able to move this cement because it's
stuck. Anytime you get in situations where you just cannot come up with a solution, you can't fix it, it's gonna probably need an expert to come in there and do it. Let your realtor know. Don't stress yourself out trying to be Superwoman or Superman.
If you can't do it, forget about it.
Because you will spend hours on something and then you look up, the daylight will be gone. And like I said, you're not going to have power and you're going to be wasting a lot of time. I didn't even have service because it was so far out in the country. I would have to leave the property just to call him to let him know. When I tell you anxiety, it's like, oh my God, I don't know what he's gonna say. I don't know if
he's gonna take this job back, if he's gonna be like, never mind, we don't need your services, you're not professional.
All of these thoughts was going through my head, but at the end of the day, he always made sure that we both could handle the situation together. Whatever I couldn't handle, he would make a way to make sure that it did get handled. So don't ever be afraid to communicate with the realtor and let him know, hey, I can't do this. What can we do together to solve this issue? My second house was a little bit better. It was closer to where I stayed. It was in Plano, Texas. It was a nice house. It looked like someone had customized it to their liking. It was just so beautiful. But this was the catch. It was a lot of heavy furniture. Beware of heavy furniture. Before you accept the job, they're going to have you go look at the house. So when you go in there, if you see a lot of just things that you know it's going to take 4 or 5 people, up your price. Some things we had to smash down to pieces just to fit it on the truck. If you have a dresser that just can't fit and it's already in bad condition, just smash it. Don't waste your time trying to angle it or position it a certain type of way, because you'll waste a lot of time like that. And the key is to get in and get out of these houses so you can start having money roll in. So eventually you can just pay your people to come and do the work and you just oversee. I swear to you, I felt like I hit jackpot in this house. They had an air hockey table that was untouched, y'all. Hadn't been used, it still worked. Like, they had a trampoline in the backyard. I really didn't need the trampoline, so I just sold it on 5 miles and I had them come pick it up. And they want the refrigerators gone too, because you know most houses you have to bring your own appliances. It was a stainless steel refrigerator. When I tell you I got $800 for that one refrigerator,
It's like, that's when I realized I need to start selling the items in this house. I need to start paying attention instead of trying to hurry up and get it done so quickly.
let me think bigger. Let me see how I can keep doing this. I found a full baby set.
Crib with a diaper changing table and a dresser and some baby clothes that have been unopened.
Everybody was trying to get that baby crib. Like, it was just an experience that I can't even explain. Y'all have to just go out there and do it. Oh my God. This house also had...
Oh, my throat is getting dry, y'all. I'm sorry.
This house also had like queen size beds. I was able to take one of the beds home with me. I came across some furniture. They had like 2 living rooms and a den. The furniture was nice. I was able to take that home. Like, some things I took for myself. And it's too much of an opportunity to miss. So y'all need to, I'm telling y'all gotta get on this. The worst thing about this house was the pantry. They had a lot of canned food, a lot of unopened food. It was just like...
Are you serious right now? Like, all this food?
So what I would do is I would try to get all the food and just go give it to the food drive. You know, go give it to someone who's going to eat it. Because I feel bad throwing it away, you know. We used to get in trouble when we threw our food away. Our parents didn't play that.
So, you know.
Don't throw the food away, y'all. Give it to someone who needs it. Don't get them no expired stuff, though. But you know what I mean. I found some very disturbing things. Like, one house I found needles under the bed. And it was just like, I didn't even want to imagine what happened in that house. I found locks on the doors on the opposite side, like not the part that you're in the room, like, but the other side. I've seen like locks, and it just makes me just like think, because it's like, this is a bedroom. Why do you need to lock up? Like, I don't understand, unless they were just trying to keep people out. Now, I want to think positive on this, but when you're in a creepy house with no lights, it's scary because you don't know. I found a secret door under somebody's floor one time. I did not go in there because I'm scary, okay? I'm not the person in the movies that's gonna go looking for trouble.
I'm getting up out of there as quickly as I can. And this
house also had a garage full of textbooks. When I tell you, it took us a whole day to figure out how to stack these books. These books were heavy, and figure out where to put them. I put them in storage because I just didn't have time to just research who would take these types of books. Another situation that to this day, I will never forget. I remember one day I had a job and I was going to the house. Again, out in the middle. I can't talk today. Again, out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm just like, I do not know this area. Let's get in here. Let's get this stuff out of here. And we're done with this area. The moment that we pull up and we're getting in the house, we're putting in the key code, all of that. Here comes the police. I got to look it up and figure out what area that was in, because it was just an area I'm not familiar with. He pulls up and he's thinking we're trying to break in the house. I'm explaining to him my realtor sent me here to come clean out the house. He's like, no, if he doesn't answer the phone, I'm taking y'all to jail for trespassing. So at this point, I'm just like,
Are you serious right now? You see the letter on the window that says that the house is foreclosed on.
he's not listening. He's on his walkie-talkie. He's calling to see if we're telling the truth. He finally gets in touch with my realtor, and he's like, yeah, I sent them out there. They're supposed to be cleaning. So he left us alone, and he went on his merry way. Make sure you have t-shirts, and ask your realtor if he can give you some type of paperwork just in case you run into the same problem, because I was so mad. I was so hot. Beware of the police and nosy neighbor. Now that I think back on it, I think that was my worst house. And the reason why I say that is because they had a deep freezer in there, and it was full of meat. Once we opened it and we checked it out, because we were originally going to sell it online. When I tell you spoiled meat smells so bad, I mean, you cannot take in that smell. You have to leave the room.
I mean, eyes watering, throat watering. I mean, gag reflexes uncontrollably.
That's how bad it was. We had to wrap this whole deep freezer up and somehow get it on the truck. But in order to get it on the truck, we had to tilt it. Now, in the process of tilting this deep freezer, we ended up wasting some of the juices onto ourselves. When I tell you, oh my God, I had to pray that day, because I just wanted to just call my realtor and just tell him, I can't do it. This is too much. I can't believe these people left this house like this. But then I had to really think about it, like, if this is why they're paying so much. So I just got it done. We took off whatever was, had the juices on it. We just changed our clothes with whatever we had, and we just kept it going for the rest of that day. That house had a lot of pots and pans too. If you come across that, you can always sell that too, or bring it home with you, bleach it, clean it, do whatever you need to do, and keep those items. You never know if you're gonna need them. Benefit off of this business as much as you can. Trust me, it is a huge benefit. Outside, they had a car. I think it was a little Honda. We inspected it. We looked at it and everything. We couldn't find the keys to it in the house. So we were kind of thinking to ourselves, well, maybe we'll just call a locksmith to come get a key made. When we opened those car doors, there was a family of ants all in the seats. When I tell you front seat, back seat, I mean mountains and mountains of ants just everywhere. This car had to been sitting here for a while. Luckily, the neighbor drove by and they were interested in buying it. So at that point, I just sold the car right then and there, and they towed it off the property. So by the grace of God, that was easy to do. So if you have a car on the property, make sure that you have a truck that can tow it off, or hire someone to just come and pick it up, like pick and pull, just hire out whenever you can't do it yourself. They don't care. They just want the job to be done, y'all. Now, one time I thought that my whole project was going to be canceled. I thought they were going to just fire me and tell me we're going with the next person. It had rained the day before, and I was so anxious to get the job done. So I went up to the house and I tried to move one of the couches that was in the living room through the front door. But the problem was the yard was pretty long and it didn't have a walkway. It just had a staircase that you walk down and then you're on the grass. So as we're moving this item to the car, we're dragging it on the grass. We're just like, okay, let's just get it on the truck. It'll be all right.
After the whole process of dragging that couch,
we had dug the biggest hole in that front yard. Oh my God, when I tell you I was so scared, you could see the dig marks in the grass. I was just like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get paid for this. Like, y'all, I have ran into situations where there has been damages and I just thought it was just gonna be over with. Not like major damages, but I mean the grass was kind of major because it looked really bad. I wish I had a picture, because y'all would be like, yeah, Toya, smart one. That's why I say make sure you get some insurance, so just in case something like that happens to you, you don't have to worry about getting fired or it coming out of your pocket. The air hockey table I was telling y'all about? Well, let's just say after loading all that stuff on the truck, I'm driving down the highway and the whole air hockey table just flies off the back of the truck. When I tell you, it just crushed my heart. So when you're bringing y'all stuff back to the house or back to the storage, make sure it's tied down good, because the police, they can try to pull you over if it's not. I forgot to mention that in my other videos. Make sure it's latched on tight, because if not, you will lose it. You will lose it. And my heart was just broke. I was just like, I was so ready to play air hockey. Like, I was so ready. But anyways, that concludes this video. I just wanted to share a little bit of my challenges that I had, so that way if you ran into the same problems, you would know how to handle it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe. I'm coming up with more video ideas. I'm just breaking them up, so that way everybody's on the same page, and I make sure I cover everything. So I'll see y'all later.